Welcome, folks, to episode 2 of Season 2 of Starfleet Simplified. I'm Michael Schrockman, I'll be your host and commentator, and in today's episode we will be covering the torpedo motherboat of the Dominion War and Borg invasion era. Today we'll be covering the Akira class heavy cruiser. The Akira class, being made as a companion vessel to the venerable Sovereign class that had recently been released as part of the flagship program for the new Enterprise ship model, is simply put a weapons loadout and weapons payload carrying vessel made to engage at long range. This vessel has a whopping 24 quantum and photon torpedo bays and launchers, and also features a number of other dedicated phaser and other weapon systems, making it one of the most deadly light heavy cruisers found anywhere during its era of operation. As for the specifications and the armament and the layout of the Akira class, ladies and gentlemen, it is considered a heavy cruiser. It was produced at two different places, the ASDB integration facility on Antares 4, as well as the New Aberdeen Starfleet yards in Aldebaran. It has a overall length of 464 meters, a beam of 316 meters, and a height of 87 meters, making it about roughly a third the size of between a third and half the size of a Galaxy class overall. It has an overall mass of 3,055,000 metric tons over the course of 19 decks. It can accommodate up to 500 officers and crew, and has a maximum personnel evacuation limit of 4,500. Its power plant is a 1,500 plus Cochrane warp core feeding 2 nacelles and 1 impulse system. It has a performance of warp 9.8 for up to 12 hours. In terms of its armament, it has 6 Type 10 phaser emitters, and standard, it also has 2 photon torpedo launchers. However, in actual practice, most captains opted to swap those two things, having 2 Type 10 phaser emitters, one on the dorsal, one on the ventral side of the saucer, and focusing on the other 10 being photon torpedo launchers and quantum torpedo launchers, respectively. In terms of its computer systems, it has the bio-neural gel pack with isolinear processors. It has 2 cores, one on deck 16 and a primary on decks 7 through 9. In terms of its transporter capacity, it has personnel transporters. It has 12 systems, 4 rooms, with a max payload mass of 900 kilograms over 40,000 kilometers. It can operate at a rate of approximately 100 persons per hour per transporter. Its cargo transporters are a max of 4, with a max payload of 800 metric tons for molecular resolution, with 1 metric ton for quantum resolution. And for emergency transporters, it has 4, with a max range of 15,000 kilometers dependent on power, and a max beam out of 200 persons per hour per transport. It can do up to 800 persons per hour with 4 emergency transports. As for my personal feelings on the Akira class, ladies and gentlemen, it is one of my absolute favorite ships ever. When I first learned about it, when I first saw it on screen in First Contact, I just loved the way it looked. I thought it was great. Having played it having played as the ship in Star Trek Online, I will say it is a little bit under-armored, and it is more akin to a glass cannon, as it were. But I still love it for what it is and because of nostalgia. So, yeah, enough said. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to about cover it for the Akira class today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to stay tuned for the outro, where you can learn how to best support our work here on the channel. If you liked this video, please leave a comment down below telling me what your favorite Borg era, Borg invasion and Dominion War era ship is. Are you a fan of the Akira, or are you a fan of the Sovereign, or are you a fan of the Steam Runner? Let me know. Speaking of the Steam Runner, stay tuned for next week's episode when we cover the Steam Runner class and go from there. So, yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Michael Shockman. I've been your host and commentator. Stay tuned for next week's episode, and until then, bye. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Secondly, if stream bucks are plentiful, please consider supporting the channel either by subscribing on Twitch, pledging on Patreon, or by grabbing some merch over at the Shock Shop. The links to all of these will be in the About section and in the description down below. Again, thank you to all of our supporters for all of the likes, shares, and views. I really appreciate it, and without all of you, our work here would not be possible. I'm Michael Shockman, folks. I've been your host and commentator. And remember, keep it real, keep it safe, keep it healthy, and we will see you guys all again soon in the next one. Peace off, everybody.